there's a Jedi on Braca, just something like that, and it's just I feel like there should be some connection there, and you have the whole Rebels thing going on. So, I feel like there should have been more connections.
Hold up.
So,
I think I guessed what just happened. Oh no!
What happened? We weren't recording the whole time.
They gotta put this in there. They gotta put this in there.
Hello, everybody out there watching this Patreon takeover of the 1313 podcast. If you've never heard of this podcast before, then what are you doing with your life? Come on now, get with the program. This goes out to all you regulars and Shinies. Welcome. Right now, it's as I said, it's a Patreon takeover. You got a good chunk of the Patreon members on here doing an episode for the guys while they are taking a break, more so busy in life. So they gave us the opportunity to do this. So here we are. I'll introduce myself. We'll go around the table. We'll get into some questions. It's going to be a great time. Let's do this. Again, I'm Fig Fury 79. Most people call me Fig. My real name is Todd. I've been a part of the 1313 podcast for about a year and a half or so now, and it's an awesome community. Take it, Mr. Hunter.
Yeah, I'm 212 Hunter. Also Latendi. Also Hunter Schultz on YouTube. If you see me in the comments. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Stage fright.
I'm total blank.
All right. No worries.
Honesty.
So I'm going to be real. Everybody's going to find out anyways. Let's just say there were some recording issues prior to this segment, prior to the first 10 minutes of this video. So we're all trying to kind of get over that. So it's kind of putting some stopping blocks in our progress here. But anyways, like I said, that's Hunter. He's one of the Discord members, one of the Patreon members. Awesome guy. We'll get back to him in a second when I start firing off these questions. Next up is going to be Tall Guy. Go ahead.
What's up? My name's Tall Guy 102, or Caleb, as what most people have been calling me most of my life. And it's good to be here.
Cool. Awesome. And then we got Mr. Stuck in Carbonite.
You cringe. But what's up, guys? I'm Evan, also known as Stuck in Carbonite. I'm in the Discord. I've been watching 1313 podcasts since last year. I've been a part of the Discord since last year. Love this community. Love all these guys right here. We have a blast, and I'm so glad we were able to do this. Thank you, Jackson, Tommy, and Jacob. And thank you, Mr. Fig Fury, for hosting this event. And, I love Star Wars.
Sweet. Awesome.
No way, me too.
Really? No way. No way.
Dude.
Wait, you guys like Star Wars?
No way.
Nah, we don't like Star Wars.
All right. And then our final member for this podcast is your casual clone. Go ahead, sir.
What's up, you guys? It's your casual clone, or YCC, or Jay, as you guys may want to call me as well. I've been also part of this Discord for like a year and a half or so. Love it. I found it through YouTube just randomly. Fell in love with it right away. I love the Discord. I love all you guys. I love Jacob, Tommy, and Jackson, and for giving us this opportunity to be part of this amazing episode, or I guess host an episode in a way. I love Star Wars, guys. If you guys could have guessed, Star Wars is awesome.
Woohoo! Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for introducing yourself. So I'm going to go back to Latendi there. Hunter, first question I got for you, sir. So basically, what got you into Star Wars?
Trying to remember back what I said. So I started out basically, I'm about 24 years old, and as a kid, I didn't have the internet, so my way to go, we had cable, so my way of going seeing Star Wars was I went to the local Family Video, and my parents one time they got, A New Hope and then Empire Strikes Back, and we went home and watched them, and I instantly fell in love, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to find out what happens after Empire, and then I saw, went back, got Return of the Jedi. And then I loved them so much that I kept going back, renting them again and again and again. And my parents were like, okay, this is like, beyond the cost of what it would actually cost to buy them. So they ended up buying me a box set. And then I found out there's prequels. And then I found out there's Clone Wars. And I played the games and I had the Legos. And it just kept, snowballing from there. And it just took off. I just started collecting everything. And I'm absolutely in love with Star Wars.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, that's awesome. Awesome.
And now he's $30,000 in debt.
My kids I don't have are going to college. No, that's awesome. So I'm just going to bounce around then with each question. So each of you guys can answer the same one, and then we'll go to the second one and so forth. Sound cool?
Cool.
All right. So next up is Tall Guy. Same question. What got you into Star Wars?
I'm having some connection issues, so if I lag behind a little bit, I apologize. But let's see. My first exposure to Star Wars was my dad and my uncle. My uncle more so, but definitely those two. They took me when I was but a wee lad and took me to see Attack of the Clones in theaters. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And then a couple years later, episode 3 came out, and I'm like, this is really cool. And that's just where it started. And it's just snowballed so much. So now that my room is just full of Star Wars helmets and all sorts of various weaponry and blasters and helmets, it's a problem. I need help.
That's awesome, man. I know the feeling. So yeah, that's gonna bring our next question to you, Stuck in Carbonite. What made you get into Star Wars?
Like I said earlier, basically what got me into Star Wars was my dad. Just seeing it at an early age. I watched A New Hope for the first time when I was like 3 or 4. And, shortly after that, my first Star Wars experience in theater was Revenge of the Sith. Even though I was a, tiny little dude and I can't remember much, I do remember going to the theater to watch it. And ever since then, dude, like throughout my childhood, playing with the figures, having my own lightsabers, my own blasters, my own helmets, or my own costumes, all that stuff just made me feel like I was a part of the world. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like a form of escapism. And I think that's why I always liked Star Wars so much. And I told Fig earlier, but like as as a kid, you venture out and you always find new things you like, right? Like new toys or new series or new movies, new TV shows, whatnot. And I always came back to Star Wars. You know what I mean? It was always my number one, always has been, and nothing's really going to change that because the characters. I mean, I love them. I can relate to them so much, even though they're in a galaxy far, far away. Their struggles, I can relate to that. And not only can I relate to it, they just look super cool. You know what I mean? They're like who I aspire to be, even though that is not possible. In my dreams, I could be Commander Cody or Darth Maul or Darth Vader. But, as of now, I'll just, collect little people of them.
I like it. That's awesome, man. Thank you. And, let's get on to Mr. Your Casual Clone, our YCC, if you will. What made you a fan of Star Wars?
Well, I think I'm actually one of you. I'm like the early or like one of the younger Star Wars fans when it comes to when I started liking Star Wars. I think I actually grew up with the prequels, surprisingly, and I watched them and I liked them, but I never got into them as much. And I got into Star Wars when I started collecting action figures, actually, because I started collecting Marvel stuff, and that's all fine and dandy. But once I started collecting Star Wars action figures and really getting into the figures and then starting to customize when I went back to Germany, I just fell in love immediately, and I just couldn't stop. and it's huge. The universe is gigantic. I watched all the movies again, really getting into the costume designs. I'm a big armor guy. Obviously, I love just all the different alien species and all the different, like, the Jedi, the Sith, the clones, obviously, and I think, again, I haven't been a huge Star Wars fan for very long, but I'm super passionate about it, and I got into it through my love of collecting action figures and playing with them, posing them, painting them, and that's basically how it all started, actually. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. It's always good to hear like what people what got people into it, just because it's such a huge phenomenon. As you guys know, a lot of people are into it, and it's like everything. There's different levels of it, of how deep you go into it. But thanks for answering those, guys. Let's get into our next question, and we're gonna go back to Hunter here. So, how did you find the 1313 podcast, and what made you decide to become a Patreon member?
Oh, well, so I guess it goes back to, like, I kind of grew out of Star Wars for a little bit in high school, and actually I started watching Out of the Basement, and they kind of got me back into it, and I started collecting a few Black Series figures, and they had the boys from 1313 on a live stream, and I was like, man, these guys are awesome. Like, I love the shenanigans and the jokes, and I love how they just have a good time and, not take it so seriously. And because at the end of the day, we're all enjoying our hobby, and that's what it should be. It should just be, it just feels way more friend. When you're just making jokes with friends about, Yoda and death regs and just, anything like that. At the end of the day, it's just so fun to have talks like that, because I never had anybody to none of my friends from high school shared the hobby, so I just immediately latched on to it, and that also made me want to be a Patreon member, because I definitely, I enjoy watching those guys, and I wanted to give, back to them for all the entertainment, enjoyment, and, even just community. That's my favorite part, is the community through the Discord. And I play Battlefront 2 all the time, and I talk to people from all over, just like you guys right now. I mean, I never imagined I would have driven out to Pennsylvania from where I live in Wisconsin. And I mean, that would have never crossed my mind, that I would meet somebody online through YouTube and go to that was my first convention too, going out there to see those guys. So it's been an awesome experience so far. And yeah, I don't regret becoming a Patreon member at all. It's totally worth it. And, I'm going to continue doing it.
Awesome, man. That's a very heartfelt speech right there you got going. So everybody watching this, join that Discord, because you get to meet people like Hunter there, who just has a true passion for Star Wars and true passion for the podcast, along with the rest of us crazy people. So definitely join that Discord, watch 1313, join their YouTube, follow them on all their socials. They'll definitely appreciate it. And no, they're not paying me to do this. I'm kidding. So that's awesome. I'm going to bring that question next to Tall Guy. So, again, what made you, or how did you find the 1313 podcast? What made you decide to become a Patreon?
Well, yeah, I actually found 1313 through another podcast called Rex and Around, and found them, and I subscribed to them whenever they released the episode with them, but I never really listened to them because I was listening to Rex and Around, and eventually Rex and Around kind of fizzled out, and then I was like, man, I could really go just for some good quality Star Wars content, and 1313 was the closest thing I could find, so here we are.
Awesome. Very well put.
But what made me want to be a Patreon was just the watching these guys get up to the antics that they get into, and just them going back and forth on stuff is just, it's good quality Star Wars content, and it's just like I wanted to be a part of it, and then I joined the Discord, and I'm like, hey, there's people here, they're pretty cool, and now here we are.
Awesome. Kind of like the whole Rex versus Fordo thing, right?
Hey, we all here are in agreement on who would win, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna kind of backtrack here for 1 second before we get to
Anyway.
Stuck in Carbonite.
Yeah, that's my take on it, and that's
Question.
where I met y'all.
Awesome. I think you might have lagged a little bit there, so I kind of interrupted you, tall guy. I didn't mean to cut you off there, bud.
It's fine. This internet's horrible.
I was wondering why he's so good in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I'm just jumping around the map at different locations. One moment I'm at C, next I'm at E, so I'm good.
He's
The
got
man's
teleportation.
teleporting. Yo, he's teleporting.
Magic, forbidden
Now that's
magic,
using
just
the
like
Force.
Sith used.
Cool. So before I ask that question to Stuck in Carbonite here, I gotta go back to Latendi real quick. Do everybody a favor and could you just go like this to the screen real quick?
Oh man! All right, you ready?
Yeah.
For the
Saw
fans.
one of them up.
There we are.
Whoa!
God, hey!
It's mittens, true grippers.
So see, shenanigans like that. That's the whole point of me doing that. Is like if you're in the Discord, it's just all about stuff like that. That would make that so much more funnier than it already is. So
That's right.
just do it. You won't regret it. If you like Star Wars stuff and shenanigans and memes and Black Series photography, 3D printing, just awesome Star Wars discussions, join that Discord, guys. Yeah, because Tall Guy makes some awesome 3D prints, by the way. Unfortunately, he showed a whole
I
bunch
have a lot of free time.
Yeah. Hey, well, at least you're using it that time to make cool stuff, like, in 3D print.
Right?
That's
I'll
awesome.
just run through and showcase a couple of things I've made just real
Please
quick.
do.
And just so we can get that B-roll of some sick. This is Leia's blaster.
That's
So
Hey,
awesome.
can you take the bottom of it? I believe it has my name on it.
No, belongs to. How'd you do that? It's here. Your name's here. And I go from hyper realistic to just straight up goofy.
That's the
just-
most powerful weapon you have right there.
I can do both, And this is a work in progress, but this is the start of Han's blaster.
Oh, that's sick.
Just all sorts of stuff. And now let's showcase some helmets. Actually, wait, I lied. I got one big thing to show y'all. And that, oops.
yes.
That's
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
The DC-15.
That's so rad.
Just fun stuff like this. It's just, it's
Hey,
taller than Tommy, and that's all that matters.
Oh,
So are
man.
most things, so that's not saying much.
Hey.
But here we are.
oh,
We
man.
got some unfinished helmets.
Dang.
We got the armor that I'm making for my lovely fiance, soon to be wife.
That is
That's cool.
Let's see here. And we have a finished Iden Versio Inferno Squad helmet that I'm
That
giving
is
to a
dope.
buddy of mine.
That looks rad.
And just this is my pastime. This is what I do.
So
It's my hobby.
Sweet.
That's
I'm
dope.
in love. I'm in
Yeah. Those are awesome, man. Thanks for sharing.
Oh,
Thanks for caring and sharing.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, but back to everybody's introduction. I'm sorry, I got excited.
Nah, man.
No need to apologize.
It's not like
Yeah.
we've done this before in the last hour. Or
no,
something.
not at all.
Yeah, no, we need to
Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting deja vu vibes. I don't know.
just a little.
you're
So yeah,
wrong. You're not getting deja vu. What are you talking about?
fucking Carbonite. So what got you? Or wait, we already went over that. Sorry. How'd you find the 1313 podcast, and what made you want to become a Patreon?
So last year, back in September, I was like super sick. I was stuck inside for like a week or two. And basically, I did what I normally did, and I watched a bunch of Star Wars podcasts. That's what I do in my free time, like, that, play games, or, watching TV and whatnot. And I came across them on some other podcast. I can't remember who it was, who they were featured in, but it was very early on. And I instantly watched all of their videos like that week. And I became like a super huge fan. I think Jacob, Tommy, and Jackson are super cool dudes. And I love the community. I love the Discord. Like, everybody in here is so awesome. Like, you really just have to join and really experience it for yourself. These guys are a lot more talented than I am. I'm just here just to talk nerdy stuff. These guys actually like make stuff and buy cool things. I guess that's just poor people problems. But but anyways, I wanted to become a Patreon member because I've never done it before, because I never felt the need to, you know what I mean? But I gravitated towards these guys because I feel like I was a part of something, you know what I mean? And kind of like what your Casual Clone and 212 Hunter were saying, like, basically you feel like you're actually, I mean, which we are. We're actually talking to these dudes. These guys are our friends, you know what I mean? And I'm sure all of us are, I mean, we're all cool with each other. That's the thing. Like, nobody argues and bickers. You know what I mean? It's a super positive community, and we all just love Star Wars. And it's just a safe place to talk about what you want to, talk about what you love. And, I can relate to a lot of other guys in the Discord. It's like, locally, you might not have friends that are, the level of Star Wars fan that, maybe we are. But this is a great place to like showcase it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really what made me want to become a Patreon member, just to support, these guys for what they do, and keep this community growing, because I love it.
Awesome, man. That's a great answer. Definitely appreciate you saying all that, and I'm sure the guys appreciate it too. So thanks. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to your Casual Clone, and the question's going to go right back to you, man. How did you find the 1313 podcast, and what made you want to become a Patreon?
So, actually, for me, I found them at random, basically. I didn't find them through any other podcast, because they are actually the first Star Wars podcast I actively listened to, because I was just really bored, but I really like Star Wars, so I just kind of typed in Star Wars or some other search thing, I don't know. And I found them at random, and I clicked on them. I think it was a funny thumbnail or something, and I immediately fell in love with their goofiness, but also with how genuine they are. There's so many podcasts out there that are, a lot of subscribers, and it just doesn't feel very personal. And the more I got into it, when I joined the Discord, how genuine they are, how they interact with us viewers as well. Because, all the podcasts out there with all these, thousands of viewers, they don't have time to interact with everybody individually. But with this one, at the 1313 podcast, you have this feeling that, you're being recognized, or you're being, talked to, and you just can really appreciate how nice and how goofy they are to you as well, how they joke around and are lovingly interacting with you through Star Wars, through the love of Star Wars. And I really appreciated that. And just, I just always think back to when they do the outros on their podcast, where they sing the Boba Fett theme and show everybody's images of their figure photography as well. So they include you as well. It's like super inclusive. They don't shy away from doing things other podcasts are not doing. And I really, really appreciate that, and just couldn't be happier to be there. And I wanted to support them through the podcast Patreon as well when I started it, because, like Hunter said, I think it was you, Hunter, to give back for all the good times they've been giving us for free. They don't have to, but they're taking their time out of their day to create content for us, and that really is meaningful to me. And I think giving back in a small amount that way is great. And they even give back more, because they give us giveaways as well, by the way, for those of you who join the Gungan Boss tier, by the way. So low-key kind of plugging it there. So yeah, I highly suggest you guys do that.
Right? I mean, yeah, well said. Great answers, you guys. You guys are like, talk about the genuine aspect of this community. I mean, this is a prime example. It's like, nobody's like standing here reading cue cards. I mean, I'm looking at my phone for the questions just because I can't remember them. But it's not like I joined because I like this. You know, it's like you got that genuine feel, and that's the community here. It's awesome, and I really appreciate your guys' answers so far. I got one more for you.
I'll have you know, this ain't my first rodeo. This is my second.
Oh my gosh. Whew. It's getting super hot. 1 second. I gotta take off that hoodie. Huh? Guys, you guys go ahead. It's all good.
By the end of this, we'll see your face.
Oh, dude, when I was answering your question just now, I ran out of air. I was genuinely grasping for air, but I didn't want to make it so obvious. I don't know how well it'll sound when it's being recorded, but man, that was just too much at once. Oh man,
you have to lean away from the mic to breathe.
There was one of their episodes, their live streams, that had I think 8 people on it at one time, and we're all wearing our helmets.
That was awesome.
I don't know how you're gone this long with not, because I had my Mando helmet right there on. And after a minute, I'm like, I could just feel the sweat in my face. Just get this thing off of me.
It's for the 1313 podcast. I'm willing to suffer through because it's worth it. I love you guys.
He can't see right now. Those lenses are fogged up, man. He can't do it.
I didn't fog up a little bit, but I can see just fine still.
He goes, look, and holds him up to the camera.
What?
Nice. Oh, man. That's funny. But we'll get into this last question, and then I know we've been going to everybody watching this. It's only been about 35 minutes, but to the people participating, we're about an hour 30 in. So, this last question is kind of the outro for the question part of this episode. So basically, just kind of a sound off from all you guys. I'm just gonna ask it once, and so I don't have to repeat it, and then you guys can just answer in order. But is there anything you want to add to these questions? And then also just a shout out, plug any type of media you want for your own stuff, or the 1313 Discord. And that's pretty much it. Go ahead and take it, Hunter.
I just want to say, whoever's watching, consider joining the Discord. And, it's a great group of people. And a lot of the guys here, actually, we play Battlefront 2 all the time and, have awesome chats. And it's an amazing community. And I do have an Instagram. It's the @212hunter. I'm kind of known in the Discord as the resident 212 collector, and my name's Hunter, so 212 Hunter.
Dude, I totally didn't know that, man. Are you serious?
No.
And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. I mean, I post some pictures of my collection, and it's mostly 212 clones. So
cool. Awesome. Well said. Next. Go for it, tall guy.
I guess my send-off will be I'm very thankful for this community. It has opened up a lot of really cool, just a good community. That's I really enjoy it. And of course, I'm Tall Guy 102 in the Discord, and I'm working on getting a pickup to put on all my props that I've made just to showcase and kind of show off. But whenever that is put up, I'll put it in the Discord and we'll put it on the video and everything. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, your 3D, just the stuff you showed tonight and some of the stuff you showed on the Discord is awesome. So thank you.
All right. Let me tell you, that's only a taste of what I can do.
I expect to see you make a full Hunter in the season 2 clone gear now. I want to see that.
Well, I actually already have a big secret project for me personally, and I'll just tell you it's a costume. Ooh. And I think Hunter knows.
I think I do know.
He definitely shaking his head. He definitely knows. Yeah, you know what I'm making.
I'm gonna try to get him after this.
That might be a next Christmas reveal. So we'll see. Ooh. That's my secret project. But yeah, so a lot of stuff
Heck
being
yeah.
made, no time.
Right on, man. All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. So very cool. All right, Stuck in Carbonite.
So basically, just join the Discord. Subscribe on YouTube, bro. Subscribe to these dudes. Join the Discord. Because if you want to be anywhere cool as these guys, you'd be a whole lot cooler if you just join the Discord and if you subscribe to them on YouTube. And they also have a TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. They're everywhere. So, you can find them. Just type in their name, bro. It's really not that hard. We're all pretty cool. We're all pretty cool, won't you say? I think we're cool. I think we're pretty chill. All of us, we have a great time. I feel like you're really missing out, especially if you're a Star Wars fan and you're like, you're kind of like a closeted Star Wars fan because maybe your mom or your dad's telling you can't like Star Wars and you're too old. Just don't listen to them. Just get them to be a part of this Discord and this amazing community. But as far as plugging my stuff, I got an Instagram that I barely go on. It's Stuck in Carbonite, same name as you see here. I have a YouTube channel. You'll see me in the comments. I don't post any videos, but maybe that'll change someday. It's always something I've wanted to do. So, just keep a lookout. I don't know if I ever do it, but I want to. You'll see. But yeah, don't worry about me. Just join 1313 everything. Okay. So yeah.
Right on, man. Pretty much you nailed it on the T, as they say. So, yeah, good job. Last but not least, I'm gonna say YCC from now on, man.
Okay. Well, Stuck in Carbonite kind of took the words out of my mouth, but join the Discord. Obviously, it's because it's through there you can go through all the other platforms, check them out. They're a loving community. They really appreciate you for who you are. They don't disrespect or anything. They're not gonna hate on you for your opinions on Star Wars or your hot takes or whatever. And they're just genuine guys. Something that you don't see every day or everywhere or anywhere. So I highly recommend you guys to check them out. And one thing that I also suggest you say, you do, is because it could be even cooler to check out some of their merch that they also have on their website, which three of you are already rocking. So that 1313 merch, go check them out. It's all linked. You can all find it through Discord. They look great, and it's even cooler that way. So you can be cool for joining the Discord, joining all the social media. Could be maybe even a little bit cooler for rocking that 1313 merch. So go check it out, guys. Love you guys. Love 1313. Always will. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. That was a great.
Yeah,
great.
I was totally wearing 1313 merch.
He's
in
wearing
first
the
hour of
active
recording.
camo
And then I had
1313 shirt.
the active camo. Picked it up in the Halo Battlefield, and just equipped it.
Nice. Yeah, that was great. Awesome job, guys.
So now what?
Yeah, so now we actually had a Bad Batch discussion too that I think most of it didn't get recorded. So
It was a really good discussion. It was really good.
Yeah, it was. So, just watch the show. We all want it. It's gonna be awesome.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. all it was a little mild controversy over the armor.
That's it.
And
that was it.
I think all of us kind of agreed. It's kind of like some of us like the old, some of us like the new, and we were kind of in agreement that it just kind of fits the bill for second season when they're trying to blend in.
Mm-hmm. Sure does. And we're all super excited for Clone Rebellion type stuff. Yeah, that was another thing. I am super hyped for that. And I want to see Hauser. I want to see Cody. I want to see all my favorite clone boys. Bring them all.
Yes.
And like Hunter, he mentioned something really awesome about like Bakar, like other clones that we haven't seen, like what happened to them after Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be cool, you know what I mean? And then kind of go back to the main three we see in Rebels, Rex, Gregor, and Wolf. You know what I mean? How they get their chips out, stuff like that. There's a lot of ways they could really take this show and just really build on the stories that have already been told and make them even better. You know what I mean? It's like putting icing on top of icing on a cake. You know what I mean? And I think that's really what I kind of want a little bit of Bad Batch season 2 to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with that too. Like I said, I hope it performs better statistically.
Mm-hmm.
Not like personally, that doesn't matter, because if I like something, I'm gonna like it regardless of one other person watches or a million. But I just hope for the continuation of Star Wars content, just like all the previous shows. I hope it keeps on getting better and better, because then as fans, it's like the door just keeps on getting bigger of what they'll do. And then you start getting more down the rabbit hole, which is what a lot of us lifetime fans want. It's like you want to see these other characters or what happened to them during this time frame. So, yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I know as far as Star Wars media, I know I'm hype. Bad Batch hype, Mandalorian season 3 hype, Ahsoka show hype, and as far as collecting, for me personally, next year's 20th anniversary, the Clone Wars, Filoni era Clone Wars, I'm so hyped. And and that's just like part of the discussions that we all have in the Discord.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot I could speculate and a lot of theories I have of what they could release. But I mean, next year is going to be a really big year for Star Wars. I know that for sure. And the thing is I know all like Hasbro, Hot Toys, Sideshow, I have a feeling they're just going to kill it. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I could sit here all day and talk to you guys on what I would want. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think I'm still going to be happy overall. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's the case. But I'm excited. Like, I really have no other word for it. I'm just excited. I'm hyped. I mean, I can't wait. Can't wait for this next year, man.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So is there
I said it last time. I'm going to say it again. Season 2 armor for Bad Batch looks better than the first season. Don't care. I like them colors. I like the color combos on all of them. Don't care. Black and red, yuck. Orange and this beautiful like cyan color. You better believe I'm going to be. Give me.
It stands out. That's for sure. It does stand out.
I don't care.
All right, well, let us know down in the
comments. What kind
comments.
of flack I get from the boys or anybody. That's I will stand on that hill and I will fight everybody off with everything in my arsenal.
Awesome.
Do we want to go over any recent pickups or anything?
Sure, I think that'd be cool. I'm down.
Yeah, Hunter, you start us off because it's sitting right there. I'm looking at it.
Man, you're waiting for it all day.
I've been waiting for this for a very long time. A lot in my Instagram. I have a lot of customs, and this was one of my most recent customs.
Ooh,
Oh, there we go.
that's so awesome.
It's a 1/6 scale Commander jet, and the amount of detail and attention. I mean, it looks like it's made by Hot Toys. It literally looks like it was made by Hot Toys. He actually gave me a custom plaque for the stand. I don't know if you can read that.
Sick.
It says Commander Jet by D Wound Customs on there.
That's so awesome, man.
Definitely make sure to check him out on Instagram. He does a lot of custom Hot Toys, mostly Star Wars, but he does do other ones as well. He actually gave me a certificate of authenticity as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's rad. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot of the guys in the Discord know that the landing at Point Rain in Clone Wars is like my favorite arc of Clone Wars, and it's like my favorite clone armor is like Commander Jet and the camo ARF troopers, like hence like a custom like this ATRT, and I love them. I love the brown clones, the ARF troopers, and I'm really hoping we get some next year. I would cry.
We need them definitely. 212
They're
recon.
stuck.
If we got 212 recon, I would buy a lot.
I would cry. I would cry.
I would.
It'd be amazing if we did.
As far as recent pickups, though, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have anything else really.
Right on. Those are impressive pickups for sure.
I'll showcase it again just so I can flex it again, which is my favorite pastime right now. Is the Jedi Knight Revan as my latest pickup. I don't pick up often. Usually, I just order 3D printer plastic with money that I could use for Black Series. But when I do find something cool, I have to snag it. And this was in a GameStop that didn't receive a shipment for 2 years.
Oh my!
And then I just saw one swinging from the peg, and I was like, "What's that?" And then the dude was like, "Oh yeah, we got one shipment like 2 years ago, but then they like we just now got the second shipment, so heck yeah, more power to me."
That's right.
Was it like $25 too, or was it clearanced?
$27.99, which I think was well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how much. Because he goes for a lot more now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
Jedi Knight
Yeah,
Revan,
I'd say
that's
so.
a really good figure. Really good figure.
Yeah.
I like him.
I'm very happy with what I found. And that's another thing I'm making right now is actually a Revan helmet. That's actually being printed right now.
Yo.
So I made one for a guy at Lexington Comic Con like last year, and I was like, man, I'd really like to keep this. And so I was just like, hey, I'll make one. Get around to it.
Cool.
And now I am. So here we are.
That's awesome.
Sick.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that to finish up.
Sweet. That Jedi Revan is a good figure. Do you open your figs at all, or are you inbox? Can't remember.
I'm a bit of both. I have a lot that are probably not worth as much, but are open, and some that I've just found opened. Like I still have the ARC Trooper that I got for joining the Patreon at the 1313 podcast over on Discord. Hit them up and they'll give you cool stuff. They'll put you in a raffling every month and you can win cool stuff. But I did get this sick ARC Trooper from them. And he's still in the box. I just don't want to open him. He just looks too dang cool. And but yeah, I keep a mix of both boxed and out of box. So that's where I stand on it. I mean,
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm mostly opener, but there are some like the cards are cool. To me, it's all good. It's whatever works for you.
That's right.
Look at Hunter, man. He just is like, I'm done with you guys.
He said, I hate this, man. He's ready to leave.
You know what? This is lame.
He goes, you can't even record properly, you know. No. So who's next?
I had a few pickups. I had I think it was last week. I put them in the Discord, but I got 3 of the Kenobi Black Series figures. And I got the Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have the Fifth Brother and Ned B. And I got them all for really good prices too. So got them all like way cheaper than retail. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's awesome, dude. I noticed that you come up with some good finds on price.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's like an everyday kind of thing. Like it's kind of like a bad habit. I've gotten to where I check Amazon pretty frequently. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then I also got this guy too. I know a lot of people don't like these, but I dig them. The retro figures. This is the retro cool. Vader. But yeah, really though, I got Ned B because if you're an Amazon Prime member, whenever you first got on pre-order, they have a thing called pre-order price guarantee, and I got them for like $25. You know what I mean? That was if I pre-ordered them that first week he released. And then Fifth Brother and Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi were Black Friday deals. I got Wandering Jedi Kenobi for like $17 and Fifth Brother for like $13. So
nice.
I mean, honestly, man, you just got to be looking at all times, and that's really how you come across the deals.
We post a lot too in the.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you.
I was just gonna say we post a lot in the Discord too. Like if guys find something online, you know, on Big Bad or was Dorkside or or. And any of the other places like Amazon, Walmart, Target, or pre-order links, we share all that.
That's right.
And we even have our own buy, sell, trade and stuff too. So I mean, if you're looking for a place to find figures, the Discord's a good place too.
Yeah. I mean, we're all looking out for each other for sure. You know what I mean? And as soon as, like, if there's a figure you are, like, desperately wanting and you just don't know when it drops, like, just check the Discord. Somebody already has the link there, I guarantee you. Because we're all just sitting on our phones or our laptops, you know, whatever, just waiting for the right moment. So, yeah, just check them out. I mean, because they'll keep you up to date.
And there's a lot of really cool dudes. I mean, like, I know I've shipped figures to people too. Like, if
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, if you know, you can't find a figure online and somebody sees it in the store, you know, if you say something, and you know, I've definitely shipped figures to people, and you know, I've had figures shipped to me that I can't find, and it's really cool having other people that are, you know, there to look out for you too, and then you don't have to resort to like eBay and, you know, paying
scalper prices.
Right, exactly.
Lost tall guy. He did the same thing that Hunter did. I'm tired of this crap. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I made the mistake. I made the mistake of sipping water this entire time, so I had to run to the bathroom.
Oh man, the tank was full.
Because we've been going for like 2 hours almost now.
Yeah,
for
real though.
Those are awesome pickups, dude. Have you got a chance to open any of them up yet?
I haven't opened them yet, and that's mainly because kind of like how we were talking about earlier, space. Space is a huge problem for me right now. I kind of want to get rid of some Funko Pops because I have way too many of them. But I just have figures in boxes everywhere, and I know Jackson, Tommy, and Jacob are probably gonna knock on me for saying that, but I got a bunch of Funko Pops. Like, it is ridiculous. So I've gotten rid of like almost 30 so far. Damn. I'm hoping we can get rid of more because there's probably like 80 or 90 I could probably get rid of. Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that.
That's cool, man. You know, like another thing too is like about this community.
I'm right there.
Like Pops, outside of our jokes.
Yeah, he's got a bunch.
Like, collect them. If that's what you like collecting, it's a form of the media. No one here is gonna actually like be like, oh, I don't like you because you collect Pops. Like,
well, see, the thing is like now I'm kind of drifting away from it. You know what I mean? I was trying to do Lego, Black Series, Funko Pop. I was kind of cherry picking, getting my favorite ones from each line. But then at the same time, you think about it and you're like, dang, this is kind of costing me a lot of money. Maybe if I'd quit buying Funko Pops and maybe, you know, dwindle down a little bit on the Black Series, I could get Hot Toys, you know, the good stuff. So, you know, I'm trying to shift my focus in collecting for sure.
Right on, man. That's awesome. Well,
I was with you on the whole Funko train for a long time.
Yeah. It's easy,
so
man.
Don't feel bad.
I used to think they were the dumbest things
and that's
ever.
why I liked it. See, I did too. And then you get a couple, and then you're just like, okay, I'm hooked on crack now. This is great. So that's pretty much what.
Dude, is that stack like? Is that stack like 11 feet tall? That it's like taller than you?
Well, no. Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, he's sitting down. He's sitting down.
He's standing. I'm sitting down.
Dang.
I am taller than these shelves.
He just had to prove
these shelves are 6'5" probably. And
I was going to ask you how you came up with your username.
Dude.
Yeah, well, I'm 6'7", so that.
Dang.
Yeah, I should just change my name to Big Hands Guy.
Big Hands.
Yes.
It's Mitt. Mitt.
Limits.
Limits.
Nice.
Limits.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Or leg grippers. I like
leg
grippers.
Leg grippers.
If you do that, you gotta change your profile pic to just like a up close.
Just a giant.
Just a portrait of like a 375 figure in my hand.
Yeah,
like
that's right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's the way to do it.
Hey, so YCC,
like
you got any?
the next.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say at the next Pennsylvania convention, I'm going to challenge your hand size because I don't think your hands are that big. Yeah, I said it. I'll stand by it. I may have skinny fingers, but I got big hands. So
I'm in the same.
I
I'm in
gotta-
the
I
same
gotta see it.
ballpark.
Gosh.
So we'll see. We'll see who's truly,
We'll
truly
see.
got the mitts. We'll see who's got them real mitts.
I'm gonna spend now until the Comic-Con just like pressing heavy stuff on my hands to try and
Yeah.
spread them out even bigger now.
Flatten.
I gotta prove everybody had the biggest hands.
Challenge accepted, y'all.
It's like a stack of bricks on my hands, just like spreading them out.
Gosh.
And wait, this whole segment like turned into about fingers and hands, and
We haven't
this
gotten
is,
to feet yet.
we have to pay homage to the guys, right? To Jackson, Jacob, and
Oh,
Tommy.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Pageants. It's all
They-
about
they
pageants.
brought the
Way, shape, or
energy.
form.
Yeah, they brought the toe energy,
We
and
gotta
then
derail the whole plan.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
All right. So YCC, any recent pickups, dude?
Well, I bought the 187th clone just today earlier, but I bought it online. But yeah, I also forgot to plug my stuff earlier, so I just wanted if I can just do that real quick. If
Yes,
that's cool.
please do.
Just so that I can, So I have an Instagram, same name, Your Casual Clone, and the YouTube. On YouTube, I do reviews and custom figure reveals. On Instagram, I usually just post my customs. I don't have any customs on me except for my zombie clone that I did a couple of weeks ago, which isn't. I don't know how visible it is, but looks
It's
pretty
awesome.
grimy.
It's awesome.
But that's what I do. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram and YouTube, it's Your Casual Clone. You should find me right away. But yeah, that's for the plugs. For the pickups, yeah, it's just the 187th clone pretty much. I'm still missing the 12th Battalion, and I'm missing the gingerbread clone still, because I haven't found a gingerbread clone anywhere here in Germany. I found one listing for like $70, and I don't want to pay that much.
Mm-mm.
And then the 12th Battalion is just like, I found one in GameStop, but it was like 40 euros, and I don't want to do that, so it's a bit of a struggle. But once I start getting paid for my job, I want to get some stuff. So that's the plan.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
also trying.
Awesome. Great pickups all around. I got a few, so I'll go ahead and share those. I got this guy.
Heck yes.
The man with no fear.
Yeah. This is from it's the
You cannot
latest.
see.
From the 3-pack.
Yeah. As action figures go, it's on that Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body, if you're familiar
Oh,
with.
nice.
Yeah.
And I mean the pinless double joint, the way this bends. I mean, look at that freaking crouch is nuts. Like you can go
Yeah.
back. The articulation is nuts. Looks great. And I'm like Punisher and Daredevil are two of my favorite characters. So
Mhm.
that was a must for me, even though like I paid the I think it was like $80 for the 3-pack, but it's worth it for that figure, and I'm hoping they get it re-released soon. And then I also got this guy. It's not Star Wars stuff, but I'm an action figure junkie, so I recommend if you are a Ninja Turtle fan and don't know what this is, check out the comic run. It is amazing.
That is
Basically,
awesome.
it takes place in the future, and only one Ninja Turtle's left, and
Oh.
this is the figure, and it's awesome.
Okay.
That's dope.
He carries all the weapons of his brothers, and I won't ruin it to tell
Oh,
you
that's sick.
which turtle survived, but it's a cool story, cool figure.
I know which one it is.
Yeah.
I don't tell me.
I did get some. I found that end cap, or not end cap, but that what do they call it? The display at Walmart.
A shipper, right?
Walmart?
They call them shippers.
Shippers, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Shipper. Yep.
Per troopers were all gone, but I had never gotten a General Grievous. I picked him up, and I picked up another ARC trooper,
Nice.
and and I picked up this guy too. He's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool. I
Super
want them.
I'm jealous.
And my Rex, Hot Toys Rex, I got on Black Friday. on sale.
Nice.
Killer deal, man. Killer deal.
So he should be shipping on Monday. So
Yeah,
Awesome,
that'd be
man.
awesome. You have to put him right beside Anakin. You have to.
yeah, it's happening.
There he is. Could sort of see him
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Back-
there he is.
right there.
Yep,
It's a bit hard to see,
that's him.
but yeah.
Amazing.
Uh,
Funny enough, the place I got that Ninja Turtle at is a local toy store, and they had a Rex there for sale. And they wanted $310 for him, and I'm just like,
Wow.
Oh,
I'm like, you're gonna sit on that. I mean,
Yeah, nobody's going to buy that, dude.
you know, because Hot Toys are like for people who know what they are. Like no one's gonna drop that kind of money
That's right.
unless you know what
Right.
they are. And no one's gonna pay that because even regular price was he $260,
$255, but like with
Yeah.
shipping and everything, it'll still be cheaper.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I was
yeah.
like, that's
oh
insane.
man, I paid
Yeah.
way too much.
Yeah, for somebody to buy that, they would just have to have like zero knowledge of those types of figures. You know what I mean?
On the flip side to that, though, I mean, if you're in a location, I'll use Germany for example, like our buddy here, YCC. It's like, you know, if you don't have access to it and it's something you really want, that dollar amount can.
I paid
Yeah.
500.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know,
Yeah, it was. I bought it on a Chinese website. I forgot what it's called. Toyswonderland.com, I believe. And it was like $300, which was fine. But then I had to pay shipping costs, and then once it got here, I had to pay $100 in tax. So
Dang.
it was pretty rough. Yeah, and then I found out that the local comic store that I always tried to like make you guys jealous with in the chat.
Yeah.
They sell Hot Toys, and I was like, "Oh my god, I could have just bought it there."
what
But yeah.
was it the Hot Toys version or the Sideshow?
No Hot Toys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. I'm not proud of that. I'm very upset about it.
But at least
Now
you
I know.
have it.
I do. I mean, I do.
Look at the bright side. You have like the best version of Rex.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm very careful with it because I'm not good at posing. I'm not a poser in terms of figures. I can't pose anything, so
He's a
He's been
ladies
sitting
man in
in-
real life.
He's not a poser.
he's like he's secretly like the fifth Duke of Earl or whatever. That's why we can't see his.
He'd blind us. He'd blind us.
Yeah,
well, one of,
We couldn't
one of the people
handle
in the- one of the people in the Discord that isn't the three main boys knows what I look like, but I won't say who. But yeah,
Commander Cook. That's my guess.
no, I don't even. No, I don't know what he
Oh
looks
dang.
like.
Okay.
No, it's not him. Even though he's a fellow clone. But no, it's somebody else. And that was an accident as well. But yeah, because I had the wrong YouTube linked to my Discord, so that's how that happened.
yes.
But yeah, no, I can't pose anything. He's been sitting in that pose for like a year. I haven't changed anything. But I mean, it's a good pose. It's the one from the box. So
That's right. Iconic
Yeah.
Rex pose, for sure.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, tall guy left us again.
Right. He's coming back.
He became one with the Force. There he is. He's back.
Oh, he's a.
Yeah.
There he
Dude
goes.
was sideways.
I am back.
I can see his window now.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much done with as far as like topics and stuff. So, I mean, if there's anything you
I don't
guys
know if y'all.
want to add to it or talk about,
Uh-oh. He's breaking up.
oh no,
Oh, God.
now who should be stuck in carbonite?
He's gonna have to change his name to Fall Guy.
Whoa!
Tall guy.
Nice. But yeah,
I'm sorry. It's not intentional.
yeah, no, it's all good. You guys want to see just a random, weird, cool figure?
might have to-
Or-
Heck
Sure.
Is that
You
Napoleon?
see
Dynamite? Heck yeah.
Start
What
doing
is it?
that.
That's Napoleon
What?
Dynamite.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Napoleon
wow.
Dynamite.
Yeah,
I'm like really far back from the screen.
no worries. Am I?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the is that the what's it called? The best action figures? The
Yeah,
loyal
yeah.
subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. I have one of those. I have Slash from Guns N' Roses
Nice.
guitarist. That's what I have.
That's awesome.
I need that though. Napoleon Dynamite. That's sick.
Yeah, I had to, but now I won't stand. These things are kind of wonky. Like they're fun,
weird,
but their posability is like they don't stand worth
close to
dude. They're like super light too. Like there's no weight on them either. They're really light.
They feel like a model kit, which I hate.
do.
Me personally, I hate having no weight to my figure because not like I play with them like a Tonka trunk, but
yeah,
I just hate that. I feel like I'm gonna break it.
Yeah, I agree. I can't tell you how many times that Slash has fallen over. As much as I love it, it's so light, man.
Yeah.
Like it just does not stay up.
So yeah, is there anything else like Star Wars related you guys want to go over? Mando season 3, Ahsoka, the Acolyte, anything like that?
I don't know much about Acolyte.
Neither do I.
I don't think that.
There were some images dropped that from the sets,
right.
and they looked. I'm not very I don't know much about the High Republic era, but I know enough to know that those robes looked pretty cool, and I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ditto.
And just the diversity among the Jedi Council was just pretty cool.
Yep, for sure.
I think one thing we didn't talk about was the Jedi Survivor trailer.
Oh my gosh, dude, how do we not talk about that?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. Hold on.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man.
But I mean, to be fair, you can tell me about it. I haven't played the first game because I just didn't like the game because I couldn't get into it. I was really bad at it. So.
Oh, I don't have the blade in mind, but I have a Cal Kestis saber.
I did see the little thingies that came out the side.
Yeah.
I saw that on Reddit. They kind of look a little too small. They look weird, in my opinion.
In that one image,
seen.
made me think of like a
I don't
lighter.
know if I'm a fan of the cross guard.
Yeah, it doesn't look as cool because I would have liked it to be more like Kylo Ren's saber, but it was.
Does that mean he doesn't have the double bladed anymore?
I
mean, it didn't show it.
I think he's able to take it and use it.
Yeah, I feel like it's all
dual-handed.
based on kind of like the player. You know, I mean, you have the option to rock both.
Sure.
You know, if you want to do single blade or double blade, and then they did the cross guard thing too, so that was cool. So
Yeah. I was just wondering, it would look weird having the cross guard on both ends of it double bladed.
yeah, that would
Would look a little weird. Because I did see the one scene where he pulled out two hilts and was slashing with dual wielding.
Yeah, that looked cool.
That's what I wanted
from
the first game, but we didn't get it.
Yep.
And I'm very upset.
You did get it with one combo where he would just literally split it and do one attack, and then that was it.
Yeah, this
but
is
I'm glad
definitely
we're getting that. Hopefully, fully just at its full glory. Just him being able to hold two sabers and just do attacks.
Yeah.
Instead of it just
awesome.
being one combo, because that's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and
For sure.
there's a lot of cool mechanics too. I don't know if you've seen, he's got a grapple too, and
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like freaking Batman, dude. This dude's gonna be swinging from buildings, slashing people. It's gonna be awesome.
He
Do you
utilizes other people too. That was very interesting.
That'd be cool.
Do you guys think we're gonna see some big name characters?
I think it's definitely a possibility, especially considering that we did see some pretty big characters in the first installment. I don't know who they would show though. That's my thing. Because there's so many characters you could show within this time period. It really just depends on where he's at and where the story takes him, to be honest. I mean, I really don't know who would honestly show up. It's honestly, anything's up for grabs. I'm here to be, surprised,
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the deal is with all the droids.
Exactly. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. And they're not painted separatist droids. They're repainted, and it's who's running, who's in command of these droids and is maintaining them and charging them and programming them and stuff like that. It's who's in control of them. It's why. I would just love to, or I can't wait to see, what the story is.
I feel like during the remanufacturing or the reuse of those battle droids, I'm wondering if it'll be something kind of like if you played the Force Awakens or the planet where it was like all the old droids. I can't remember.
Oh, and Force
Force
Unleashed.
Unleashed.
That was on
Force Unleashed, sorry,
Raxus.
Force Awakens.
That was Raxus Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Junkyard planet. Yep.
I kind of wonder if it's going to be something like that, where it's a planet where whoever's there is reusing them for whatever the purpose is. Like that would be cool because that was a very cool. At the time of that game, that was like something you just never saw. So I would. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'd love to get more figures from that game too.
Heck yeah. I mean, they said Starkiller's coming out, so there's a legway to it. But everything after that, I mean, who was his master that gets blinded? I can't think of his name.
Oh, dude, it's been a minute. Hold up.
Coda.
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 Yeah.
Coda, yeah.
Coda.
Yeah.
Like that would make for a sweet figure, just the
Heck
design
yeah,
and the blindfold.
If I had to get a dream figure from Force Unleashed,
I already know what it is, bro.
do you?
Gosh.
I'm pretty sure. You go ahead and say it.
Let me
It's
get this.
Choppa. It's Choppa from Cloud City, the Mandalorian.
Really?
With,
Okay.
with the Basilisk
Okay, we don't need this.
Mandalorian droid.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something else, but okay.
What do you think I was gonna say?
Shakti.
Ah! I'd still be buying that. I'd still buy that. I'd maybe get two.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for Starkiller, man. Like, I know everybody says he's overrated, but gosh, dude, a figure of him would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
You guys remember when Tommy was like always joking around for a while about that? He's like,
Yep.
Starkiller is a loser.
Yeah. We've learned very quickly that Tommy doesn't like Revan or Starkiller. So
I think because of that, for like a week or two in the Discord, I changed my profile, my name to Darth Revan.
Yep, Darth Revan.
Or like it was like a 2 days. So, but yeah, going back to my if I had a perfect figure from Force Unleashed, either one, Rancor.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See what I did?
Yeah.
With Shock T riding it, right? With Shock T riding it.
I mean, yes. I mean, Boba Fett was cool, but come on.
Oh.
What's printing there?
So we're
Rancor
working
name.
on something over here. It said rawr,
Could you imagine if Starkiller shows up in Jedi Survivor and it revamps the Force Unleashed title for some new games?
That would be insane.
That'd be awesome. I'd be all
They
for
would
it.
have
I'm all for
to. They'd have to redo that character entirely.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wouldn't
they would
be
have
the
to
same.
redo
There's
them.
No way. they could
Power
do it.
level would definitely be like
Yeah, it would go
dwindled
down.
Because the thing is the way I look at Force Unleashed, it's like that's just a beat 'em up game. Yeah, it has a great story.
Oh,
But if you
yeah.
think about it, that's just meant for you as a player to do crazy, out of this world force powers and just absolutely demolish people, which is awesome.
Mhm.
It's great. But it doesn't fit whenever you try to add it into canon because then, you think about all these other big names like Palps and Vader, and you're just like, well, if they're supposed to be bigger and better than him, why is he so strong? Then that would
Right.
start a whole argument. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, yeah, even when you play as Vader in the beginning, like the first level, like the stuff he's doing in that game
Oh, yeah.
at that point in time, anyways, was way more stylized and way more over
That's
the
right.
top than what you'd seen so
Yeah.
far.
But
So
it's
it's
perfect
like,
for a video game. You know what
It's
I mean?
like a different genre of Star Wars almost, like where
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, I'm
Especially
talking to-
like at the age that I think a lot of us played it as, like
Yeah.
just that child, just wonder, be like, man, the Force is so cool. I wish I could use it. Oh, this is the closest thing I got. I can move and throw stormtroopers. Heck yeah,
Yeah.
I can slash through them. This is great.
It's a totally different vibe than Fallen Order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
night and day.
Fallen
Oh,
Order is like
absolutely.
it's
Oh
calculated.
God, it's a
reactions.
rat. I hope it doesn't kill me.
That's so
Speaking
true.
of
Though.
that,
Dude's like, hold on, let
That's
me dig through my 1,000 figures and I'll find
He
something.
said,
Hold
"Bye, guys."
hey man, you trying to shortchange me? It's 2000.
No, man, I'm just saying, like, if you have to get rid of any, I would gladly take them. That's all.
This
agree.
guy right here, you know he's gonna be a pain.
Oh yes,
Oh.
for
Like-
sure.
I can't wait.
Just
Oh my gosh.
yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to fight it to see, but you know, and then the riot shield on the scout trooper.
Yes,
Like,
annoying, bro.
so,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I can't wait to see what we haven't seen, right? Like what
Mhm.
new types of enemies, bosses, because the first one had such a like the learning curve was pretty good on it. It was just a great. I like the game from every aspect of it, outside
Yeah.
of maybe the trying to get like a completion trophy because there's no really warping per
Mhm.
se. But other than that, great game. So this one's gonna take everything I think to that next level. So like, I'm like, I remember learning how much block and dodge and parry becomes so intricate to your strategy on fighting certain opponents.
Yep.
Yep.
How are they gonna? I'm very curious, and you see in that trailer some of the new elements. So very much looking forward to it.
Yeah. Learning how to parry is crucial in that game. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was
Mhm.
really bad at it. That's why I stopped.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I died a lot. I mean, I died a lot, and then like
I was good.
Kashyyyk was like brutal the first time I played through.
Yeah. Kashyyyk was really cool, though. All the stuff that happened while you're on that planet was
Yeah.
insane. I loved
Yeah.
it.
You get lost in that game.
Oh, yeah, you do. And that's the thing. Like, it's kind of, it's like semi-open world. You know what I mean? You can
Right.
kind of like
Just-
take your own path and kind of, you know, it's like whatever way gets you to the next scene or the next boss. Like, that's what I love about those games. You kind of take your own path. There's no like this is the only way you do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's now there are preferred ways, like for example, like certain aspects and certain pieces of your lightsaber you might want to get beforehand or something like that, or unlocking certain moves. But
Right.
I mean, other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool. I love it.
Same.
Just the whole like beginning scene when you like land on Kashyyyk. Well, you don't land on Kashyyyk. You actually jump into Kashyyyk
It's
whenever you
awesome.
first get there, and you jump into the water and you
Yep.
swim and you climb up on the AT-AT, and it's
Oh.
just like
Yeah,
you hop down in, and then you're on the inside, and then you just take it over, and it's
Yep.
just that whole beginning sequence, and then you help them take the refinery,
That
the
was
sap
sick.
refinery, and you free the
Yep.
Wookiees,
Yep.
and just like that whole little scene. I'm just like, this is peak Star Wars game right here.
Agreed.
That
for
like,
sure.
I don't know, this is great. I love it.
Agreed.
I love that they make you like play through everything too.
Oh yeah.
Getting in the AT-AT could have been like a cutscene.
Right.
But no, you like actually got in it. You like jumped on that speeder, slid down the rail, and then
That was
you
awesome.
then you peek through the hatch and then take out the troopers inside, and then you get in and you pilot it. Well, when the whole thing could have been a cutscene, and all you had to do was like
Mhm.
get to a door, get to a hatch on it.
It was definitely awesome.
The way you describe that, like if they basically put the Battle of Hoth and you could play it like that with next gen graphics, maybe one day.
That's
Right.
That would be something I think I'd like to see in the next game. I want to see a more familiar character. Don't get me wrong, you had the most familiar character of all time pretty much
Yes.
in the last game, but I want Cal to be on planet whenever something happens, let's say in the movie. I don't know what it would be. I just
Oh,
want like
Got you.
That'd
I
be
just
insane.
want-
That would be insane.
it's kind of like it's kind of like how everybody's like Rex was at the Battle of Endor, something like that. Cal was also at Mos Espa whenever Luke and Obi-Wan were in the cantina or something like that. Just
Yeah.
like or Mos Eisley, not
Oh,
Mos
that
Espa.
would be
That's somewhere
pretty
else
sick.
entirely.
Just imagine that, dude. Just imagine.
Yeah, the,
something
the
like that. I don't
involvement.
I just like to
Does he-
see Crossroads, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like I know the first thing that crossed my mind when we watched Kenobi and Obi-Wan made it to the Fortress Inquisitorius. I was like,
hmm
how did he infiltrate it so? How did he infiltrate it so easily? I'm like, when Cal Kestis, like, they didn't take any more security measures after Cal Kestis broke in, and then almost like, yeah. Well, I don't want to say any more. Spoil the game. I mean, the game's been out for a while, and I'm sure a lot of people played it.
Like,
dude, just say it. Just say it, man. Just
Yeah.
say it.
But
yeah, sorry.
But I mean, like the way he like breaks in, and he probably flooded the majority of it, you know.
That's right.
And I don't know. It just seems like you see it in Obi-Wan, and you would think, like, that's the first thing across my mind is, why didn't the Empire like take some sort of security measures to prevent somebody from infiltrating? But it's kind of like what you're saying, tall guys. Like, it would be cool to see some more like cinematic Star Wars like intermingling with the game,
Sure.
because they already said it's canon. Like he's existing at the same time, and he's in these same places that these cinematic experiences are happening. So it's like, it'd be cool if they give him some sort of involvement. That would be awesome to me.
That's right.
And even if it led to the actor being in a future show, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was
he is an actor.
personally hoping for, kind of like in Obi-Wan. Just, I don't know. I wanted, like, I keep saying it with everything that pops up. I'm just like, can we see Cal Kestis? But it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It definitely has me wondering, like, where's it going to end? Because I can't see him playing too big of a role. But, yeah.
I have a hot take or how it could go, and I hope not. But because I don't know why I think this, maybe I have like a negative side on things spin to me on a lot of stuff, just the way I am. So I could see, like, at the end of this game, depending on if they want to make a third one or not. But at the end of his story, I could see it being like having to do with Ezra. You know how he basically goes into the Force. I call it the Force time traveling, essentially. I could see this being like an alternate reality where it, even though it's going on with the same time as the actual main, kind of like what Marvel did essentially with, you know, because here's why I think this, and you call it what it is. If it's Dave Filoni doing all the, like, if he was the thought mind behind it, he'd probably all make it connect. We have different people behind doing each aspect, like the creators of the game with Cal Kestis, and you have people doing films that are different. And I just don't see them ever fully coming together, you know, and I'll take whatever we get. And I hope I'm totally wrong on that. But I could just see them doing something like that since they labeled it canon, just to kind of go, okay, well, we said it's canon and this is why, and they don't ever have to actually have a meet together. It's one of those things where I'm totally hoping I'm wrong, because I feel like that'd be a kind of, excuse the language, chicken shit way of doing it. But it won't surprise me, because I guess on the other spectrum is they could totally tie it all together and it could be really cool, and that's, I think, what all of us are hoping for. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
the
what
world
I was
between
hoping for in Andor was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was hoping for in Andor, was to see, like, everybody kind of come together, because you have so many things that are going on in their own separate, categories. You have Rebels, which is always happening during the whole post Order 66 Rising of the Empire era. You have Andor, which is literally the Rebels getting their start. And you have Cal Kestis, who fought alongside Saw Gerrera. And just all these like different things that just need to intersect or intertwine and at some point. And I'm just waiting for that to happen. I was expecting to see that in Andor. I was expecting maybe to see Sabine, or just like somebody, Hera maybe. Just somebody, even in the background, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I'm kind of glad we didn't get that, because I love the way that Andor was. But I think, just someone in the background, just a little flair, to make it feel more Star Wars,
That's right. Yeah, it's like cameos. What was that? Oh, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not going to lie, I would have freaked out if Saw Gerrera would have name dropped saying he had help on Kashyyyk from a Jedi. named Cal
That-
Kestis.
that
I would have
would be
freaked
cool.
out. If he would have said that
Oh,
to
yeah.
Luthen, I would have been like, oh my God, you know?
That'd have been cool.
He,
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't even have to say his name. He could have just been like, "Hey," he goes, "I had a Jedi help me on Kashyyyk," and like,
Yeah.
I mean, we all would have known, right?
Yeah,
He would
everybody,
have mentioned
everybody.
that instance. He would have put that little glimmer of hope of going, okay, at some point in the show, in season 2, maybe there's gonna be a chance of this happening. And I'm like, I'm one for. I agree with Tall Guy and just what you said, Hunter, is like, I hate the over the top, just put this character here because we know everybody knows him,
Mhm.
and it's just put in the show just for that reason. But when it has a story element to it, it's amazing. Like it's
That's
like
true.
you know how all these pieces
It's
come
like poetry.
together.
It rhymes.
Mhm.
Hey, and it's not a crime, so that's good. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, for reals, it is like poetry, and I just like I feel like the table is being laid up in so many ways to have this huge kind of end resolve, right? Like they're all going to meet up. It's going to play into the stories we've already seen.
That's right.
But then, like I said, I have like this other small part of me is like, we'll see what the future brings. That it could just get kind of muddled as time goes on too. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Right.
That's my biggest fear for Star
Yeah.
Wars. You know what I mean? Is it turning into Marvel? You know what I mean? And as much as I love Marvel, it seems like, especially with this most recent phase, it's quantity over quality. And I don't want Star Wars to be that, because I feel
Oh,
like
I love it.
Star Wars is like that's number one on my list. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I don't want it to be like, hey, we're just going to drop in this show with a bunch of cameos and all this stuff
Yeah,
to
just
get you all
milking
hyped up.
franchise. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally just to like, kind of like, it's kind of overbearing. You know what I mean? Especially whenever you don't have like story elements to tie in these characters into. You know, like my thing is, the reason why cameos in Star Wars work for fans is because it ties into the story. You know what I mean? A lot of times these cameos, they elevate the story like significantly.
yeah,
And I feel like whenever it actually adds to the story, you're really doing like Star Wars justice. You know what I mean?
hmm
And the thing is we've always heard the term of, a legacy character. Like every new show that comes out, every new game that comes out, everybody's expecting a legacy character to show up, which, from the films. And the thing is like, all that is great, but don't just throw them in for the sake of throwing them in. You know what I mean? Like make
Right.
it worthwhile.
Make it rhyme.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Fallen Order did a great job at that at the end. You know what I mean? Like 100%.
Oh yeah.
And they knew exactly what they were doing, and they handled it perfectly, in my opinion.
yeah.
And the Book of Boba Fett, depending on, I don't know what you think about the show, but there's one character in that show that I think was like, I honestly didn't think they would do it, but they did it, and I loved it. It's perfect. Mandalorian does a great job at that. You know what I mean? And there's some people that say there's too many cameos. I totally understand where they're coming from, but the thing is
But it's about these characters.
exactly these
Yeah.
characters are established. They've been with us.
Right.
We've literally watched them for years, and we've been desperate, and like content has been dropped. You know what I mean? So it's like seeing them on screen again. It's like we lose our minds. You know what I mean? And I think that's really where the focus should be on story-wise, is continuing the stories of characters that we know and love. You know what I mean? But also, while doing that, tie it into the new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then there's a best of both worlds. You know what I mean? But, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy with the direction it's going.
They did a perfect job of that with Andor. Just Andor himself as a character. Because, like, he is a fairly new character.
He is.
But he's so like, I look at him and I'm not going to be able to see him in any other movie and not think that's Cassian Andor.
Yep.
Because he's established himself as a great Star Wars character, and so I can't wait to see more of him. And
he has,
and they did a good job giving us a lot of background on an original trilogy character with Mon Mothma.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave a lot more.
Oh yeah, that whole storyline was phenomenal.
I'm very glad that they divided it and like split it up between like what Cassian was always up to and then what Mon Mothma was, starting to do. And it just kind of, different dynamics of the show.
for sure. Yeah, I liked Andor. I liked it overall. I enjoyed watching it. It definitely, for me, even the way it finished, which was a great episode, there's a lot of cool moments in it. It just doesn't hold the same, I guess, fire as with like Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, and Mando because of the characters, right? Like you said, but it also made Cassian even cooler. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and I'm really looking forward to season 2. I'm gonna watch season 2, but I'm not like maybe it's just because of my expectations of everything. Like you look at Mandalorian season 2, that ending is insane. You look at Book of Boba Fett, ending is insane. Even Obi-Wan Kenobi, that fight, like we got, is like insane. So you get to Andor, and in my head, I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna be the episode that just blows the show. Like everybody that was like questioning it is gonna be like, okay, this is awesome. There's gonna be some type of event. It didn't do that. Granted, I know there's 2 seasons, so that has to play in it. But it really kept its cadence of the whole season with that final episode. It had an ending. It showed what it kind of came to that conclusion with basically for anybody who hasn't watched it, which I think everybody here has. But yeah, just it's if you're a Star Wars fan, you got to watch that show because even if you're not feeling the pace of it, even if you're not a big Cassian Andor like fan, or you could really care less about that character. There's like so many cool moments throughout that show that are just visual. Visually alone, you're seeing like some of the best cinematography that Star Wars has given us in this show, and you're seeing troopers, you're seeing those Star Wars elements, and then the acting and the budget for that show is phenomenal too. So like just as a show goes, it's worth a watch for that, in my opinion.
It sure is. There's a lot of stuff to enjoy with that show, regardless of like the characters or not. There's just so much.
I know the guys have said it on the podcast, but I know like the inner workings of the Empire is probably one of the coolest things in that show to me. It's cool to see. It's cool to see how the Empire works beyond just codes to get through a blockade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty cool to see the ISB and all the other, because you see what happens obviously with the heroes and the rebellion, and it's cool to see the other side more than just when they're shooting at you.
Yeah, it sure is. That was the biggest takeaway for the show for me too.
Yeah, but I don't know about you guys. I mean, keep on going, or we could kind of start wrapping this up.
I'm good. I feel like we covered a lot of good topics.
Yeah,
good discussion.
Heck yeah.
I think we've been going an hour and a half recorded.
Yeah,
so I think that's a good point to stop it at, huh?
When you get a chance, go into the boss channel. See the meme I put in there.
All right.
It's well appropriate for
Will do
this. But yeah, thanks guys. This has been awesome. I know Tall Guy dropped out. I say I'll probably just end it here, and I'm gonna spew a few. I don't want to say spew, but this is kind of what it is. Just rhetoric about why people should join the 1313 podcast. Simple as that. So again, the Discord is amazing. If you're a Star Wars fan, just join it. Follow these guys on YouTube. They make content all the time, and they do a great job of kind of changing it up, trying new stuff, but keeping the familiar pace with all their content. It's just a fun time, and they cover everything in Star Wars, from action figures to the movies to the medias to books to clothing. Like I actually don't follow Columbia. I'm not a big Columbia gear wearer, but because they were talking about it, I believe Jacob was talking about it on one of their videos. This hat, I found it, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I want to buy it. I didn't even know it really existed because that's just not typically a clothes store that I go to or visit their website. So stuff like that. You just get an inside scoop to pretty much anything Star Wars related. And join it. Do it.
Now. No,
Okay.
I agree.
Well, I also want to say thank you to my fellow Patreon members. Tall guy, you're not in here, but thank you so much for joining. YCC, Stuck in Carbonite, and Latendi, 212 Hunter. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Vic, for
Yeah.
Thanks for having
facilitating
us.
this and dealing with us, because I know that we can be a little hard to handle.
Yeah, thanks for setting this up. I can't imagine the headaches it probably was, especially halfway through.
For sure.
Honestly, I'm just glad I realized it, so it wasn't a complete waste. And then too, like, the guys have been really helpful in DMs and stuff. I think it was Jackson told me, because I'm like, I've never done this before. Like any tips, any pointers, you guys to me have been doing it for like over 2 years now. So and it's your guys' podcast too. So I was like, is there anything there was a whole bunch of questions I had, and felt like I was asking a lot of questions, almost to the point where I might have been like back off, but I'm really glad I did, because I made doing this a lot easier for them. So, but you guys made it really easy too. As always, just felt like I'm talking to some friends about stuff we like. So,
Absolutely.
awesome job, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff that you should when you're watching YouTube channels. Thanks again. This has been the 1313 Patreon crew checking out. You all have an awesome evening. Peace.
Bye.
See ya.